What's up, crew? Y'all, we are back from vacation. Y'all, I went to this restaurant called Big. I don't know what is it called. It was called Big something. Is it called Big Daddy's? It was a restaurant. Oh, Big Mike's. If you're ever in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, y'all go and visit Big Mike's. They have sofa. What's up, Ricky? Pretty Ricky, what they call him. Y'all go visit Big Mike's. It's a beautiful, nice restaurant down at Myrtle Beach. It is their food. They deal with soul food. Their food was so good. Like I had ordered Ricky. I had ordered cabbage, yams, chopped up steak, but it wasn't chopped up. It was a big steak. And then I had don't be coming to your church one day. Okay, Ricky. Okay, Ricky. I'm gonna have to invite you one Sunday. Then it was cabbage, yams, cabbage yams. What else? The meat I had some steak, mac and cheese. That mac and cheese was good to me. You hear me? That mac and cheese was on point. But I had a good time. Overall, I had a relaxing time. Now it's back to the grind. Back to the grids. You feel me? But I went to my niece's game yesterday. She made a cheerleading squad. So I went to my niece's game and she did very well. She did very well. I don't know if her team won or not because I left early. But um everything went well. Um but it was this one lady. She won't complain about her son. She said, "Do not talk about my son. Do not disrespect my son like that." She was yelling from the stands. And I said, "What kind of mess is this?" I said, "What kind of foolery is this lady acting like today?" She was tripping. She was tripping. You hear me? She won't play no game about her son. She said, um, don't disrespect my son because I ain't come here to play. She said, I'm gonna sit here on the front row so that if anything happen, I can jump off this seat. I said, well, ma'am, you go right on ahead. Because I ain't gonna fight you to get down there. You go right on ahead, sweetness. You go right on ahead, baby. And you do what you have come to do. Cause she ain't come to play. She ain't come to play with me, and she ain't come to play with that team. I said, you go right on ahead, sweetness. But y'all, God is good. God is yet blessing. He is yet in the midst of blessing. Even when we ain't worthy, God is still blessing. Even when we don't do like we should, He is still blessing. You know, even when we don't do what He tells us to do, He's still blessing us. He's still showing grace and mercy. He's still a powerful God. He's still showing Himself mighty. He is still showing grace and mercy. And I just thank Him for it. I'm not, I don't call myself religious. I just call myself a child of God. I just call myself a child of God. And I love God. That's all I just love Him. I fall short. I'm not perfect. I fall short daily. I fall short of his grace. I fall short of his glory. Sometimes I have to say, Krishan, go sit down somewhere. Hush. Sometimes I have to put myself in time. Sometimes I have to say, don't say that. Don't you say that. Sometimes I have to check myself because God be like, Krishan, you know better. Sometimes I be like, Lord, help me with my tongue, help me with my mind, help me to not say everything that come to mind. Because sometimes you be wanting to. Sometimes you be like, I just need to say this one thing, get this one thing off my chest, and then I'll be good. But you know, if you say one thing, you know what's bound to happen. You know you about to act up. Sometimes the Lord be saying, not my child. You gotta hush. Sometimes he be like, peace be still, don't it, y'all? Sometimes God be like, don't say. When you about to fuss somebody out and give them the business, sometimes God be like, don't you say that. Back. Now let me fight your battle. Don't you go fighting it. Let me fight it. But sometimes you got to speak up for yourself. And sometimes you got to let God handle it. Because only he can work things out. Only he can work in your stead. Only he can do all the fighting and he'll come out unscratched, unharmed. But sometimes when we go in on our own accord, sometimes we be messing up stuff. So we have to know when to back off and when to say something, when to fold them and when to hush. Most times it's good to stay just hush. Don't say nothing. Be quiet. Stay in the background. Don't say too much. And just stay in the background and let God work things out. But y'all, I'm just thankful. I'm thankful to even go on a trip. I'm thankful to even be alive. I am thankful just to be here. I'm thankful just to be among the living and not among the dead. I'm thankful that God looks at the heart. He don't look at the outward appearance. He don't look at what you got, but he looks at the heart. And that's all that matters. If you got a heart to do right, if you got a heart and you want to do, that's all he calls for. That's all he asks. Is that you let your heart be open to him. Let your guard down with him. Don't be pressured and don't be weary, but just rely on him and he'll guide you through. He will lead the way. And y'all, I had a hole in my roof, my fascia of my roof, like the part that's below the roof. And then I had some siding that need to be replaced. Y'all, don't you know God worked it out where I got it all fixed? Don't you know God, even though I had to pay some money, but God said, I'm gonna give you double for your trouble. He said, I'm gonna give that back to you. You don't worry about that. I'm gonna take care of you because you be faithful of a few things. I'm gonna take care of you. You don't have to want for nothing. You don't have to ask nobody for nothing. I will take care of you. Yes, God is good. I guess He is, Ricky. And God will take care of you. He will take care of you. You ain't got to worry about a thing. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to say one thing. Just cry out. Sometimes you just cry out and call his name. That's all it takes. Sometimes you be like, God, work it out in my favor. God, work out them demons out. God, work things out of my favor. That person is getting on my nerve. God, you move them out. That one thing that's getting on your nerves, you move it out. You make your job lighter, make it easier for you, make it a little bit better as you're going through. Sometimes you gotta pray, y'all. Sometimes you gotta speak those things as though they were. Sometimes you gotta rely on God and let God work things out. Sometimes you just gotta say, I give it all up to you, God. I can't fight it no more. I'm tired. I got all these burdens on my back. I got all these emotions. I got all this on me, God. I can't sleep at night. My chest hurt. God, lift up the burden off of me. God, lift it off of me. I can't take it. And you know what He gonna do? He gonna lift up all them burdens on you. He gonna make your burdens lighter. He gonna make your load a little bit lighter. He said, give all my burdens up. Give your burdens up to me because I care for you and I can take on the burden because my burdens are light and my yoke is easy. Cast all your cares upon me because I truly care for you. When don't nobody care about you, I care. When you stuck in the middle of the night in the midnight hour, when you tossing and turning, you don't know how you're gonna pay this bill and that bill. How you gonna pay the rent, the mortgage? But God always provide a way. He always say, I got a ram in a bush, and I ain't gonna leave you stranded. I ain't gonna leave you alone. Because I come that you might have life and have it more abundantly. I come for you and I knock at the door of your heart. If you just let me in, I'm knocking. I'm knocking at the door. If you just let me in and I sit with you, I'll talk with you, I'll comfort you, I'll let you know it's going to be all right. That you ain't got to worry, you ain't got to fret. Because I'm going to make a way out of no way for you. If you just rely on me, I'm going to give you your needs. You may not get all what you want, but I'll give you everything that you need. And then some. Your cup going to run over if you just rely on me. If you just give up the battle, you got to remember you can't fight the battle alone. That God is right there with you. And whatever you face, whatever you get, whatever you're trouble with, God will take care of it if you just let him. So y'all remember that when life get hard and when life start beating you up, you just remember that the battle's not yours, it's the Lord's. And whatever you go through on this earth, there's always a reason. It's always a test. He's gonna see. He want to see if you're gonna stay with him. He gonna see if you're gonna forsake him. He want to see if you're gonna curse at him. He wants to see if you're gonna turn your back or you gonna be like Job and stay with God. And he didn't turn his back on God. He went through it. He went through it. He stayed with God. Even when they took everything from him, when all his family was dead, when everything but God gave him double for his trouble. In the end, God restored everything back to him tenfold. So you got to remember that when God takes something from you, he's going to give something back. He double for your trouble. Something super, super nicer, better than what you had. So y'all just look at things from that point of view. Just look at things from another perspective. Look at things in a brighter light. Look at things in a more clearer view and a better view. Look at things with joy on the inside of your heart. Look at things from a different perspective. And don't you worry about a thing. Don't y'all worry. Don't let your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in him. Because you know in his father's house, there's many mansions. If it wasn't so, he wouldn't have told us none of that. And his word is true. He stands on his word. Jesus is the word. He's the truth and he's the life. He's the light. Y'all follow the light. Even in darkness, y'all follow it. Even when you're weary, stay close to the vine. Stay close to the true vine, which is Jesus Christ. Stay close, y'all. Don't get weary. Love y'all to pieces. Smiley Boo, love y'all. Thank y'all so much for each subscriber. Thank y'all for everyone that passed through this channel. Thank God. I hope and pray that it blesses you. I hope and pray that God stays with you. I hope and pray that God's bless your families. And I hope and pray that you don't turn your back on God. I hope you just keep God in the center of everything. Thank y'all so much for subscribing. Thank y'all for turning on the notification bells. Thank y'all so very much. I appreciate it. I don't take it for granted. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. That comes from my heart. That is real. And y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay encouraged. And when y'all say your prayers in the morning, when you say your prayers at night, remember my name. Just say Smileyz. Just remember, if you can't remember nothing, just say Smileyz. Remember Smileyz. Cover her in your blood. Give her strength where she is weak. And I pray the same for you. Y'all stay blessed. Smiley Boo is out. Love y'all. Peace out.